joining in. People who have joined in on our Zoom link, thank you so much for joining live. And once again, my name is Ronit, and I'm part of the marketing team at Juno School of Business. And I welcome you to the weekly masterclass that we organize every Saturday, right? Before we deep dive into the topic and I introduce you with the speaker as well, I'll quickly help you understand what we do at Juno because we're going live. So, and we want to reach more and more people. That's the intention that we have, right? So, Juno School of Business is an edtech organization focused only on sales. Our intention is very simple. For every other vertical, you had a structured approach of learning, but for sales, there wasn't. And that's why Juno School was ideated. We want to help every professional, whether it's a sales professional or any other professional who want to learn sales, because at the end, everyone is selling something or the other. Maybe a product, maybe an idea. They should have a structured way to learn sales. Why we started this YouTube channel or the social media pages is that we understand that not every day you get a chance to interact with industry leaders. And our goal was pretty simple out here that we wanted to bridge that gap. So every week, every Saturday, we have been hosting industry leaders, CXO, sales leaders on one particular topic of sales, so that you can understand from their experience, learn the right things that they have done, learn from their mistakes, and implement in your journey so that you can expedite your growth curve, right? And the only request we have is please do spread the word. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please do follow us on social media handles like LinkedIn, Insta. Every day we post content on our platforms. We understand learning is difficult on a daily basis when you're busy with all your things, right? You have your deliverables at work, you have your personal life as well. So why not outsource it? And that's what Juno will help you do that. You can be rest assured whenever you come to Juno's social media page or YouTube channel, right? You have something to take away every day. So leave your learning with us. Join us every week for the masterclass, Saturday, 12 p.m., so that you take away at least one thing from this session, and that will definitely help you from here on, right? Without further ado, I would like to introduce you to Mr. Rishikesh Kumar. Rishikesh, thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to host you. Once again, welcome to the Juno School of Business Masterclass.
Thanks so much, Ronit, and thanks for inviting me
Yeah.
to this noble initiative. I would say because this is very close to my heart. Like I really wanted to kind of be a part of some organization or institution which is actually taking sales in a very structured way. Because
Mhm.
that has not actually happened till now in India specifically. For
Yes.
example, if you go on Google and just type sales communities, you will find the initial 2-3 pages all of US. There is
So true.
nothing in India. So
So true.
thanks so much, Ronit. Yeah.
Thank you for being part of the journey. Let's create history together. Yeah. So, brief intro about Rishi is that he's an alumnus of FMS Delhi, has worked with brands like Sterlite Power, Routematic, Pristyn Care, Apna, and right now he has started his own entrepreneurship venture. I'll not deep dive much into his introduction because I'll let him give an elaborate introduction of himself. And today's session is on sales career and its advantages. And it was the moment we actually spoke, right? We haven't really gone deep into how you can look at your sales trajectory as a career, right? And that's where Rishi came up with this topic, and I thought, okay, let's great. I mean, let's do this because it helps us understand. Okay, if I've joined sales, why not I also have a look at it from a bird's eye view where I can go from here 5 years down the line or 10 years down the line, how my career will look like, right? What are the advantages of every vertical in sales altogether, B2B, B2C, multiple brands coming up, how it shapes up your journey as well. So, yeah, Rishi, over to you. Please take this forward. And thank you so much once again.
Thanks so much, Ronit. And guys, like it would be great, if a lot of people can switch on their videos because it always, I love talking face to face with people, right? Because I understand that, the batches which have graduated during this COVID era or people who have spent time with this COVID like are like trying to maintain, which is what I call the blocking culture. What is the blocking culture? WhatsApp पे नहीं अच्छा लगा, block कर दो. Facebook पे if you're not liking somebody, block him. LinkedIn, if you're not liking somebody's post, block him. But blocking culture is very bad. Face to face interactions, physical meetings, talking with people, trying to understand, what are they going through, being empathetic are some of the human values which no machine, no AI, no ML, it's very difficult to copy. Means they can actually try to replicate. I completely understand that. But it's very difficult to replicate, right? I still remember, if you talk about who is my inspiration of my life, although, Ronit introduced me as, kind of an alumni from FMS Delhi, which is the topmost B school in India, undoubtedly. But if you talk about my inspiration was my teacher who taught me during my fourth standard. He's my inspiration. He still travels on a cycle. I think now he has got Honda Activa now. Like his name is Subhe Kumar Singh. I would like to take his name as well. If he's listening somewhere, like he will realize this, that after 25 years, like I'm like 32 now, 32, 33 now. So I think after 20, 22 years, I'm still taking his name. This means he has done a lot. What did he do? I used to stammer. I could not speak even a single line properly. I was rebuked by the entire classroom. All the teachers used to make fun of me. ये तो गुटखा खाता होगा. This guy is not able to speak. And I was like a fourth grade, kid. My motivation was all shatters, was all in shattered. When this guy came in, put his hand on my shoulders and told in front of my father that I'm going to take the responsibility of making him good, making him speak well. And he did it, right? Every day during the lunchtime, he used to come, put his hand on my shoulders and used to tell, Shakespeare ka wo wala chapter padha kya? Can you explain that to me? Come to my cabin, explain it. I could not forget. I had tears in my eyes when he actually pushed me to a stage telling that, okay, you stammer, but go out and basically talk. I was like, why is this guy pushing me? I cried on that stage. You won't imagine, guys, for 5 to 6 times because I was stuck on a word like p, t, 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 could not speak. The entire assembly, the entire class used to laugh. But this guy came on the stage, put his hand on my shoulders again, and told that, you know what? Rishikesh will speak one day. And when he will speak, the entire world will listen. And history is the witness that the person who was not able to talk, who was not even able to, who had to practice for 10 times before going to his mother and asking, Mummy, Mummy, 5 rupees, de do, has got communication skill as his biggest strength now. And this has happened multiple times in my life. This is not only one thing. While I was doing my graduation before FMS in one of the not so good colleges, right? It was not an IIT. I failed to crack IIT, but I studied so much. I will tell you very, very frankly. I studied 16, 17 hours a day. I did donkey labor, but I could not crack IIT. I had to go to, some institution which was not, maybe in the top 20 league. When I went there, people used to tell me that, hey, this guy could not speak English because I came from a very middle class background. I came from one of the most backward states in India. I've been born and brought up in Ranchi and Patna. So they used to tell me this thing, he could not speak English. And then I used to say them, I will crack cat one day. And they used to make fun of me. But still, Subhay Kumar Singh, I used to remember him. If that can happen, why can't this happen? And guys, I will tell you, I had the highest percentile in verbal ability in CAT, not in quant. So again, a challenge, a weakness was converted into a strength, right? So if you ask me what is the biggest trait that I have, is that I fully recognize this thing that there is abundance not only outside. So we talk about the concept of abundance. What is abundance? That there is enough money for all the people to become billionaires. There is enough sales opportunities which is there outside. So outside also there is abundance, inside also there is abundance. Inside also there is abundance, that if I think that I can do this thing, I can do. There is abundance. So first of all, believe in the concept of abundance. That is very important for any salesperson or any professional as such. So again, introducing myself, I will be very short here, is that I grew up in a very I think. Okay, so I grew up in a very kind of middle class background, middle class maybe low background, and then I went on to do my engineering, as most of the people do. Because the father and mother could not understand, like, what he has to do and all those things, and even the society was like engineering karna hai. So I did engineering, and then post engineering I was like failing around here and there, going to companies, didn't liking the job, kept on switching things, right? And I was not sure what do I want to do in my life. Still I'm not sure. Basically, I'm like confused, complete confused. Like I don't know. I don't know why do people ask what do you want to do in the next 5 years. I have just only one thing, that next weekend I'm going to go Kurg. I'm going to go Shiva Bhakti. I'm going to do meditation. I've come back to Bangalore, work again, and then go back there. That's the only thing that I do, right? That I want to do. So I grew up in a middle class family, went to engineering, failed around all the things. Bosses used to tell me like this guy is like useless, nothing, throw him out and all those things. Like nobody was giving me job in 2013. I was moving around in Bangalore from place to place. People were telling you are from a tier two college, you don't know how to speak. Why will I give you a job? And then somebody challenged me that somebody told me that your English is not good and all those things. So I took that challenge. I told that okay, I will crack cat. I got 99 plus percentile in cat. That was just for the challenge sake. Went into FMS Delhi, which is one of the topmost B school in India. But again, telling that is not a baggage that I carry. Right. I want the world to recognize me with my name, with my story, not with the story of a particular college. Yes, the college has given me a lot. There's no doubt in that. The college has helped me become confident. The college has helped me with the peer-to-peer learning, which usually happens in good B schools. But yes, don't carry baggage of anything in your life. Because if you carry baggage, things can be lost in 1 second. So don't carry baggage. Consider yourself to be okay. I'm Rishikesh, I'm Mahendra, I'm Gaurav, I'm Somsekar, I'm living my life on my own. There's no baggage, no state, no religion, no college brand, nothing. No Puma, nothing. I am Rishikesh, that's it. Then from campus, I got a very good placement. Although the campus people were telling that it is not a good placement, the average package is like 25 lakhs. You have got 22 lakhs. I was like, people were like, okay, somebody went into BCG, somebody went into McKinsey. I could not crack those, right? Because my graduation score was not good, and then my 12th score was also not good. As a complete failure throughout. So I went into Sterlite Power, but when people were telling that it's not a good thing, I got the best boss in my life, best boss in my life, and I will take his name. I work with Mr. Sanjay Johri, who is now associated with, I think, Adani or I think Bharti Infratel, I'm not sure. But he was my boss. He was the chief operating officer of Sterlite Power at that point of time, and I was working directly with him in the CEO office, handling the strategy projects. And that 1.5 years that I worked with this guy, I was not doing sales. I was handling strategy, right? He taught me a lot of things. His personality actually, basically became a role model for me that I want to become like this guy. Being a CEO, would you imagine a person coming to your cabin and maybe, getting excited so much that he will start behaving like a kid, right? If I have to solve this problem, what is in this problem? Create this, create that, create this, and this is done. And then the tech guys will tell that no, this can't be done like this. But he was a visionary. He was a problem solver. He had that amount of energy. 50-year-old guy, that amount of energy. So he became a role model for me, and that is where my career actually transitioned. So Sterlite Power was some place where I won a lot of CU award. I won a lot of Game Changers award. I single-handedly handled a lot of projects, and that is where I proved myself that I can be a great innovator at place, right? And the company recognized me. Thankful to my boss. Again, telling I'm thankful to God that He gave me that kind of a boss. Post Sterlite, I was a part of Routematic. Again, got a very good boss. And the boss actually, first of all, introduced me to the domain of B2B sales. What is sales process all about? How do you approach people and all those things? So again, 1.5 years I was there. Then I was like, B2B ho gaya, ab thoda B2C karte hain. So I started. I got a call from Pristyn Care. I joined Pristyn Care, and in that I basically headed the entire digital sales, because Pristyn Care is a B2C kind of a company, and where most of the leads are generated through performance marketing and all those things. So you have to handle B2C. There I got super boss. There also I got super boss. So I got lucky. Like after 10 years of being unlucky, not able to qualify IIT, then failing around 6, 7 years, 8 years, I started getting lucky again, and that also consecutive time. So wait, perseverance is important. Don't quit, right? Wait for your time to come. It will come. No matter सबका अपना अपना age होता है. For some people it comes at 25 years. For people like us, it may come at 28. For people like जो KFC का founder है, it may come at 60 years. But the time will come. Don't start comparing yourself with others, right? So I got a great boss. He taught me a lot. After Pristyn Care, I was a part of Apna for some time, where I was heading their enterprise sales, again B2B. And for the last 1 year, I was consulting a lot of startups, and now I'm building my own startup. Now, when I'm building my own startup, one thing which I would say is that which I've learned in the last, I think, 5, 6 years is that hiring is very important. Hiring is very important, and never hire a person for their skill sets. That is what I've learned. I have got, the best performer in my team in the last company that I worked with is a college dropout. I will take his name. His name is Girish. If he's listening, he will listen. He's a college dropout. He came from, I think, one small district in Karnataka, I think Hubli or Udupi, I'm not sure. He came from there, and see his sense of ownership. I went for a holiday to Vietnam, like, 6 months back, and you know what this guy told to me on phones? Rishikesh, don't worry. This thing will be done, then it's done. I have not seen this kind of a ownership even when I've hired from IIMs, FMS, and IITs. Why should I not give this person a chance? Right? I should give those people a chance who do not carry baggages. Right? Baggage name. You qualified some exam, you got into some college, it is an achievement. We have to respect that because you worked hard for that. But that should not be carried as a baggage throughout your life, right? Where you start demeaning people who are not, who may not have cracked that exam. Right? That is not the good way to lead a team. Now, again, coming back to the agenda. So this was all about my introduction. I wanted to talk about this because this is very close to my heart, because I seriously feel that, life is a staircase. Somebody may qualify an exam at one point of life. Somebody who may not qualify an exam at one point of time, but in the next point of time, maybe the other person may excel better, right? So it's a staircase. Let's start taking life step by step, not in like 5 years, 6 years, kya karenge, right? Now, sales. Now, first, I will start with a very basic thing. What is sales? Like, with a lot of ad techs coming around in the last 2, 3 years, and I moving around all across India in tier 2, tier 3 cities, talking to a lot of kids, a lot of young talent, I found out is that people have a very, kind of a distorted definition of sales in their mind, especially in India. What is sales? Sales doesn't mean bechna. If I have to define sales in 1 or 2 lines, I will tell, can my product or service add value to your life? If the answer is yes, I will help you understand how is it going to add value to your life. And if the answer is no, I will tell no. No, please don't buy my product or service. So to tell you the truth, in my entire sales career of the last 5, 6 years, I have told 70% times no to clients. No, sir, this software doesn't fit your requirements, don't buy. My boss has been angry at me at a lot of time, but I've told no. But the good thing, what happened is that this client only referred me to other clients, telling that, you know what, if you talk to Rishikesh, he will tell you yes or no basis your requirement, whether, this product or service is going to add value to your life or not. So edtech, the way, so I will not say edtech, but the way, the sales has been carried out in the last 2, 3 years, don't, get into that definition of sales, because that is not sales. That's like, kind of, forcing people, coercing people, creating FOMO with them. That's not sales. Sales is a very noble profession. Sales is like, can my product or service add value to your life? And if it adds value to your life, I will help you, get that value, right? And that is sales. So, and sales as a career, right? And sales as a career is so beautiful, right? Because see, one of the most important things that you should realize that sales actually helps you to question more. I've seen a lot of sales guys, kept on speaking, sir, mera course le lo, sir, ye le lo, wo le lo, aisa ho jayega, waisa ho jayega. If you don't buy my course, you will not qualify IIT. If you don't buy my course, you can't qualify CAT. अरे कुछ नहीं होता है यार. People will keep on giving ज्ञान. Only two things matter: perseverance, लगे रहो मुन्ना भाई. That's it. Have you seen that 12th fail? Right? 12th fail, have you seen? This guy didn't study in a good coaching institute or something like this, guide and all that. Still, he qualified civil services. And all those people in Mukherjee Nagar, all these places, getting coaching from very good institutions, getting so much guidance. I have my father who is an IS officer is guiding me. They could not crack UPSC, right? So sales makes us a good questioning person. We ask questions, right? And why do we ask questions? Because again, going back to the definition of sales, can my product or service add value to your life? If I have to identify that, I have to ask the right questions, right? Right questions. Sir, what is that you are using right now? Or what is the problem that you're facing? Or what is your target for your business this month or this year? What is your budget like? What are you looking for? More questions. And once you start asking questions, that is also valid inside relationships also, guys. Two friendship work better when both of them keep on asking questions to each other. Hey Rishikesh, how are you feeling today? Hey Rishikesh, I feel you didn't have a good day today. How can I help you now? Right? Questions, asking questions, right? This is what sales actually teaches us. And this is what is sales is all about. Sales is 80% questioning, because you have to identify whether this product or service is going to add value to the other's life or not. The second good thing about sales, first thing is that we learn questioning. Second thing is that sales also exposes you to various industries in one go. So let's suppose you are selling. So let's suppose talk about Ronit. So Ronit is actually taking care of marketing at Juno School of Business, and every day he has to talk to, say, five different people coming from different backgrounds. Rishikesh is one amongst them. Now, what is happening? Rishikesh is learning less, but Ronit, on the other hand, is learning more, because every day five people, five different set of mindset, five different set of personalities, five different industries he's interacting with. So his knowledge base keeps on increasing. This is the beauty of sales, that every day, one day you're talking to Edelweiss, which is into financial segment. The second day you are talking to a company, say Whatfix, which is a SaaS company. The third day you are talking to a company like Khata Book, which is into the MSME segment. So you keep on learning the industry. Why? Because if you have to question the clients, you should understand what is the industry, what do they do, what is their product, what is their services. And this is what I feel most of the salespeople keep on lacking, because they don't do good amount of research when they go on to meet a client, right? If you're talking to a Cap Gemini, you should understand IT industry, you should understand their problems, right? Then only you can question better. And only when you question better, then only you can find out whether my product or service is going to add value to his life. If the answer is yes, we follow up. If the answer is no, sorry sir, if you have got another reference, please give it to me, but I don't think I can sell my product or service to you, because it's not going to be beneficial, right? Such a noble profession. Sales is the best profession in the world. I love it. Even if you ask me, Rishikesh, at the age of 85 years, what do you want to do? I want to do sales. Now, next thing, it's very easy to switch jobs if you're doing sales. Why? You have learned how to question, your knowledge base keeps on expanding, your network keeps on expanding. Now, there is something called transferable skill sets. Now, you can't be a good marketing guy if you don't understand industry, if you're not on the ground. You can't be a good financial analyst also. I will just give you an example. Yulu bikes. What is the cost? What is the price that Yulu bikes is taking in Bangalore approximately? They are taking 2 rupees per kilometer approx. 1.5 to 2 rupees per kilometer. Some pricing analyst must have done that, right? Must have, kind of understood the competitors and all those things. And if you see who is the nearest competitor to Yulu bikes, it is a Splendor Plus bike. Why? Because all these delivery guys used to use a Splendor Plus bikes. What is the mileage of a Splendor Plus bikes in Bangalore traffic? Obviously, 40 to 50 kilometers maximum. And what is the cost of petrol? 100 rupees. 100 by 50 is 2 rupees. And that is why they have priced it around 1.5 to 2 rupees per kilometer. So even that financial analyst, even that pricing analyst, if he doesn't go out and interact with the customers, if he doesn't have sales skills, he can't make a model. And that is one thing which I actually have started observing in the recent days, in the last 1 or 2 years, is that students coming out of colleges, they don't want to go out, they don't want to talk. So much ego issues. What is ego here? See, a lot of you must be Hindus, some of you must be Muslims, some of you must be Sikh, some of you must be Christians, right? But India is one. So since I'm a Hindu, I remember one line, from this, what Shiva told. Shiva told one thing, that when a person is, जिसको अपमान का भय नहीं और सम्मान का मोह नहीं, मतलब a person who is undeterred by whether somebody is respecting me or somebody is talking bad about me, that is where his growth starts, right? And the same thing is there inside all the religious books. If we talk about Islam, if we talk about Christianity, if we talk about Sikhism, all of them, you know in one way or the other, talk about the same things. So the skill sets that you're getting, talking to people, conveying your thoughts, asking them questions, right, and all those things, right, are basically, lot of them are transferable skills, right? If you talk about marketing, what is one thing that is very important to do marketing is to understand customer insights. That is how you will show the video to them, or social media marketing which you will do. Who will understand customer insights more? Who is talking to customers on ground? तो ट्रांसफरेबल स्किल सेट्स. उसके बाद क्या है? टूल सॉफ्टवेयर क्या ही है यार, 2 घंटे में सीख जाएंगे ना यार. गूगल एड चलाना है, फेसबुक एड चलाना है, ये चलाना है, वो चलाना है, टैबलू चलाना है, पावर बीआई चलाना है, 3 घंटे में सीख जाएंगे. यूट्यूब पे वीडियोस है, उसके लिए कोई एडटेक का 4 लाख का कोर्स करने की जरूरत नहीं है. इट्स नॉट इंपॉर्टेंट टू डू दैट 4 लाख कोर्स. प्लेसमेंट गारंटी दे देंगे, 25 लाख सैलरी, नथिंग. यूट्यूब इज इनफ, right? Juno School of Business is doing such a great task, to learn sales. You can learn. Now, if you talk about product management, what is product management? What is the most important thing in product management? Coordinating, right? Coordinating with the tech team, understanding their requirements, translating them into business requirements, having a talk with the marketing team, translating them into a document. You're doing it as a sales guy. As a sales guy, you have to talk to your commercial team, your finance team, your customers, various stakeholders in your clients. So once you go out to sell, you don't only talk to one person. Sometimes the talk starts with the account head, then it goes to CFO, then it also goes to CHRO, then it also goes to CEO, and then you close the deal. If you talk about B2B sales, right? So that is a transferable skill. So you can easily switch to product management. Finance, thoda sa complex hai, but 1 or 2 things are there, transferable skills. Like somebody who is working in B2B sales must have done a lot of, pricing design, financial design, and all those things, which is customized as per the clients, right? SaaS, maybe, there's a lot of, people who keep on customizing the pricing as per the clients. So you can again talk about that I know how to make financial models and all those things, a little bit of that. So anybody who is in sales can easily transition his career to any other place. But what is edtechs, so-called upskilling edtechs, who are not in sales, who are into data science, will not tell you is that you have transferable skills. Why? Because if they tell you that you have transferable, you will not pay 4 lakh rupees to them. Right? So that is the thing, guys. So it's very easy to switch jobs if you're in sales career. Other thing, so questioning we understood, right? Questioning is what sales, what is the definition of sales, why it is easy to switch jobs. Focusing on transferable skills is one thing which is very important. Now I will quickly cover the entire sales process in a very, kind of easy way to understand. What is the first thing that when you join a company, right? When you join a company as a sales folk, so sales is of 2 types, guys. I hope you understand. Like there's a B2B sales, there's a B2C sales. B2B sales means a business is selling to a business, right? Likewise, you have a software, like Mahendra has got a software, Akhilesh has got a software, and he goes out and sells to other clients, right? That is B2B sales. B2C sales means a business is selling to customer. A customer means individual customer, right? Like a housewife, like a houseman. Housewife के साथ houseman भी होना चाहिए ना. In India, we keep on telling housewife, housewife, housewife. There has to be houseman, right? ठीक है, so that is like individual customer, that is like B2C. अच्छा, B2B में क्या है कि B2B में the deal size is quite high. Deal size means it may be like 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs, 30 lakhs, 40 lakhs, maybe 1 million, 2 million. B2C में the ticket size is little bit small. Like if you talk about companies like Pristyn Care. Pristyn Care क्या करते हैं? तो they basically help patients get surgery done at an affordable rate in the best way possible. So that is B2C. Likewise, if you talk about Upgrade, what does it do? It basically sells its courses to the customers who are individuals, maybe working professionals or somebody like that, right? So this is the difference between B2B and B2C. Now, what is the first thing that you will do when you join a company? First thing is that you should understand the product and service in details, which most of the sales guys do not do, right? Understand the product and service in details. Talk to the product guy, talk to the tech guy, talk to the marketing person, talk to a lot of people inside the company, make notes of it, understand your product and services. What is my product? Some salespeople told, no, I don't want to understand the technology. You don't have to code, but you have to understand technology, right? Matlab, you should have an understanding what is my product, because unless or until you have an understanding of what is the product service, how will you find out that whether my product or service can solve a problem for Ronit or not, right? So first thing, understanding your product and service, that has to be the first week of a sales guy who enters into a company, understanding it in details, making notes of it. The second thing, once you understand your product and service, then it means that you understand what is the problem that it is going to solve. Now, once you understand what is the problem that is going to solve, you will find out those people or those businesses who may be facing this problem. And once you identify that persona of people or persona of businesses who may be facing this problem, what do they become? They become your leads, right? So it starts with product service understanding, then understanding what is the problem it's solving, and on the basis of what is the problem it's solving, you start creating a persona. What is persona? In simple way, I will tell you. Like if I tell you a person working in government sector in railways, what is the image that you imagine when you close your eyes? मोटा सा होगा, right? Or एकदम खड़ूस होगा, right? Must be having a pen in his hand. It's like, I don't care about private sector people. Like government will have taken a lot of dowry and all, etc. Kind of thing. Like all those things come to your mind. So once you create that figure, that's basically called persona. So I have my product and services in place. I have identified what is the problem that is solving, and then I started imagining who will be facing this problem, which kind of company, which kind of customers. Then I create a persona, and that persona becomes my leads. They are my leads. Once I have my leads, then what I will do? I will open a Google Sheet, or I will open an Action, or I will open a CRM, and I will punch in the names of those customers of those businesses, and then I will try to reach them. Okay? I will try to reach them. Now, once I reach them, what will I do? I will not start talking about my product and services. Once I reach them, the first thing that I need to do is that, okay, I had imagined in my mind that you may be facing this problem, but are you really facing this problem? Is my hypothesis correct? Then the first call that I will do with this person, this lead, I will ask him a lot of questions. And see, asking questions is also an art, guys. I will give you a very basic example here. So I was working in Hyderabad, and I was actually heading this sales for a real estate company, and I was building a channel partnership for them. So I went to one of the best furniture shop owners inside Hyderabad. Why furniture shop wala? Because real estate. See, real estate, because it was a luxury real estate. So for generating the leads, the best people are those people who have some money, and people who have some money who are looking to invest. Where will they go? They will go to furniture shops to buy kind of luxurious furniture. So there was a synergy. So I went to this furniture shop guy, and I sat with him, and I told that, can we do something so that my business also increases, your business also increases, can we find some synergies and all. So in this case, I cannot ask what is your turnover, or what is the average cost, how much profit do you earn. Do you think he will reply me properly? Not at all. If you ask any shop wala, any business, sir, how much profit are you earning? His only answer will be, sir, bas itna ho jata hai, पेट भर जाता है. यही बोलेगा वो. Right. So he's not going to give me an answer, right? If I ask him this question. So what I did is that I went around his shop, and just as a customer, I kept on asking him, okay, what is the cost of this furniture? And then he started giving me the prices, like very natural talk. And I got the average ticket size of the furniture which is there. Then I gave him an answer. See, the best way to get an answer for somebody is to give him a wrong answer. Right? That is one thing. That's called reverse psychology or something like that. I don't know. I don't know MBA jargons, but I will talk from my experiential learning. So I gave him an answer. I told that, ये रितेश भाई, I think 50-60 कस्टमर तो आ ही जाते होंगे, ये तो काफी अच्छे लोकेशन पे है. Then he told 50-60 नहीं, but हाँ 30-40 आ जाते हैं. He gave me an answer, right, without asking him a question. So 30-40 customers coming, average ticket size is this. You can easily calculate the turnover now. And once you calculate the turnover, you realize that whether this business is suitable for me to partner or not. Right. So asking questions is also an art. It should not be, what is your name? What is your email ID? What is your this? No, it has to be part of the conversation. Likewise, if I have to ask Ronit, where will he go for his honeymoon if he's not married? Ronit, are you married? Oh, you are married. Okay. So where will he go for his vacation maybe next year or this year? I should not ask him like this, like, Ronit, where are you going for your vacation this year? Right. I will I will give him an answer. I will give him an answer like, Ronit, you know what? Last year I went to, say, कोई भी place ले लो, मतलब like कोई भी place मान लो. अभी Maldives की बात नहीं करूंगा यार, because Maldives, like, I'm like pissed off यार, मतलब these guys, like, no. Let's suppose, कोई भी अच्छा country यार, कौन अच्छा country? हमारे आसपास में सब दुश्मनी बढ़ गए हैं अभी. चाइना तो बोल नहीं सकता हूँ. मलेशिया ले लो, चलो मलेशिया. So I went to my I went I went to Malaysia, Ronit, and I think the beaches were pretty good. So what kind of person are you? Are you a beach person or you are a mountain person? Because I love beaches. Then Rohit will tell, no, Rishikesh, I love mountains. I think, I should go to some place which is a mountain. In that case, I think, Ronit, last year I was at XYG place. Why not you visit? Yes. This year I'm planning to visit that. So, inside the conversation, there has to be questions which give you answers, right? It should not be one-on-one, right? Because then the person will not give you an answer. If you want to find out somebody is married or not, first of all, talk about yourself. You know what? I'm married for the last 6 years. Now I've got a kid. Don't my face look like that? I've been married for the last 6 years. Then the guy will realize, yes, yeah, even I am married, yeah. Then the guy may tell, no, I am not married. I'm happy. Or like, I'm married, I'm super happy, right? So, so sometimes you have to give an answer to a question to find out an answer, the right answer that you actually wanted to know. So questioning is again very important. So what we understood is that we understood product and services, we understood what is the problem that it's solving. On the basis of the problem that it's solving, we created a persona. That persona became that persona became our leads. Then we started approaching the leads, and once we start approaching the lead, the first step, find out whether it is the right customer or not, right? Now once we have identified that this person is facing the problem, that is where the rest of the things start. Because most of the sales people, they waste a lot of time on leads which is never going to convert, right? It's always better to get a no as soon as possible. Yeah. College maybe when we used to make girlfriends, or when we used to, it's खींचता रहता like 6 months के बाद जाके बोलूंगा I love you. Let us make it like, within 1 week, make your emotions clear to the others. There's the same thing in sales as well. Like, it's very important. More important than finding out the right customer is to find out who is not a customer for you. Okay. Now, once you have realized who is the customer for me, then you open up your Google sheet and then you start marking. Okay, this is unqualified, this is qualified, this is unqualified, this is qualified. And qualified customers can be of like 3 types. One type can be like, he's severely, like, kind of facing the problem. You want a solution, like, I've got kidney stone, like, I'm getting pain every day when I go for susu, right? So I'm like excruciating pain, please help me solve it here. Hot, right? Because he will close early, then you will map him as hot. And when you come back every day, what you will do is that you will go on your sheet and see that which is hot, right? And then you will focus on that first, because you have to convert sales, right? The other person may be okay, I get pain sometimes, but it's manageable. I drink hot water and the pain goes away, right? I'm also doing some yoga, I'm doing some Ayurvedic medicines, etc., kind of things, right? Then it becomes a warm lead for you. Hmm? Then the next step may be a very cold lead. Cold lead may be like he faces a pain once in a year, something like this, or maybe the stone is very small, so he's not facing that problem. So he's thinking that he will drink beer, and in susu the stone will come out, right? That is a cold lead. I'm just giving you a very practical example, and this is valid everywhere, right? So in that entire call, you have realized that this guy is a qualified candidate, but then divide them into hot, warm, and cold. This is very important. Sales is a very scientific thing, guys. I'm again telling you know, in India, people think that sales is like बस्ता उठा लिए, बैग उठा लिए, घूम रहे हैं मार्केट में. वैसे करके तो बस 3-4 लाख ही कमा पाओगे आप लोग. I'm telling you very frankly. वो बैग उठा के and then going to shop and shop, selling. Sales guy have to be smart. Have to be smart. We are good, problem solver, talk properly, right? Then you can earn crores of rupees. So sales is like the most rewarding, kind of profession in the world. So now you have divided them into hot, warm, and cold. Now, once you've divided into hot, warm, and cold, you have complete visibility that which customers to focus upon more, which customer, on what path I have to take this customer. So for a cold customer, your strategy has to be to how to make it cold to warm. For a warm customer, the strategy has to be how to make it warm to hot. For a hot customer, the strategy has to be to close, right? But coercion is not the thing. Coercion, again, I'm telling coercion, like, forcing somebody, no, I'm not going to cut the call till you buy it. No, gone are those days. Now the thing is that you have to give him information and let him decide. Your intention should not be to sell. Your intention should be to make him realize that yes, he is facing this problem, and my product or service can help solve this problem in the best possible way. That is it. For that, you have to give information to him that, you know what, if you allow kidney stones to remain in your kidney for so long, your kidney may get damaged, and this is the medical report. Give him information, let him take the call, let the customer decide. See, people never want to be sold, people want to buy, right? So this is one thing, guys. Uske baad kya hai? Then you start closing, like left, right, center. Now there are a lot of sales guys who will tell that I'm not able to close, right? I'm not able to achieve the targets. One of the problem is that for a salesperson, he has to understand that it's all a game of averages. It's all Pareto principle in work, right? If you have made only 100 leads in your pipeline, obviously your chances of closure will be less. How to be safer is to do a lot of prospecting. What is prospecting, guys? The same thing, identifying the problem that the product is solving and creating the persona, that is leads. That is prospecting, right? So create a huge top of the funnel. Top of the funnel means the lead base has to be big. And over a period of 2-3 months inside the company, you will realize, okay, if I'm making 500 leads, if I'm generating 500 leads every month, I'm able to achieve my targets. And that is how the things will go. So for any salesperson who is telling that I'm not able to achieve my target, and considering the fact that the product is not like XYZ company, product is good, right? If he's not able to achieve the target, the only problem with him is that he's not planning his entire kind of day or the month in terms of leads, in terms of meetings and all those things. So planning, salespeople have to be very disciplined, have to be very planned, right? So this is one thing. Now, once you start closing, now what are some of the things that can arise? Like, you have to convert a cold lead into a warm lead, a warm lead into a hot lead. And once you are converting that, there's some term which is called in MBA jargon, which is called objection handling. Objection handling means the customer will keep on coming to you and will keep on asking questions. What is the customer trying to do? The customer is basically trying to do is that I'm not facing this problem, or he's trying to say is that Your product or service may not solve the problem for me. Maybe the competitor's product or service may solve the problem. Never ever underestimate your competitors. Always remember, guys, inside any conversation, even if you have an enemy with that person, don't talk bad. I still remember some of my sales. One sales, I converted with Times of India back in 2019, and the head told me that the competitor is far better than you. Why should I go with you? I told, yes, I agree that the competitor is far better than you in terms of features, in terms of UI, in terms of UX, in terms of technology, in terms of everything. So he told me one line, I praised him 5 lines. But for the account of your size, 200 to 300 employee base, I think the competitor is big enough to handle you. So he will not give so much attention after sales. Why? Because the revenue generation from your account will be less, right? And they are so big enough. So you should ideally go with a middle-sized company like ours. Why? Because buying a software is not a thing now. Implementing that software, getting the results out of that software is also something important. And we got the deal. Talk good about your competitors. Tell that yes, they are doing good. Yes, they are fabulous. Learn about your competitors, right? Learn what are the good things that they are doing. Most of the sales guys, they will start undermining the competitors. That's a poor strategy, guys. That's not a good strategy. ठीक है? तो objection handling again, telling you have to give them information, you have to handhold them, emotional hona hai. I still remember, I still, if you go on my LinkedIn, 30-40 recommendations, these customers love me. They tell that, when I call Rishikesh, he's not talking of selling something, he's talking of my benefit, right? So emotionally connect ke liye, you have to give him information, you don't have to tell them to buy, right? Maybe I remember one of the clients, to whom I was trying to sell my software, following this kind of a sales process. See, guys, even I have learned over time. So like 4 or 5 years back, if you would have seen me, like I would have been doing something else, like no. So life may, one thing is only constant, that is learning, right? So so then he didn't buy my software, but I was so close to him that he actually kind of subscribed me or my services for a digital thing that he was actually working on, right? So salespeople are not basically selling a product services, they are basically building relationships. Building relationships is also very important. See, remember, see, product में value होना important है, problem solve करना important है, but उसके बाद भी तो competition है ना यार. So people want to buy from somebody जिसके साथ they feel cozy sitting, cozy talking, right? Imagine your mother keeps on calling you and telling that, hey, Mahendra, कब शादी करेगा, कब शादी करेगा, कब शादी करेगा. Not feel like talking to your mother, right? Every day, she's telling me, marry, 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 marry. Right? So that is one thing, guys, which is very, very important. Sales is a game of numbers, structured numbers, identifying how many leads do you need to convert particular accounts. Don't take any rejection on heart, guys. Rejection handling is something which is very important for any salespeople. Huh? You go back and see your life, where whenever you were rejected, now you would have been thinking that acha hua reject ho gaya. A lot of things, right? There was a friend of mine who was telling that there was a very beautiful girl who rejected him while he was in college, and now he tells that best thing, bro. If I would have married her, I would have not got such a great wife, right? So rejection is a good thing. Rejection को heart पे नहीं, rejection को दिमाग पे लेना है. Some, let's suppose Trupti messaged me, I didn't reply to her. Now Trupti two things can go on in her mind. What is the first thing? That Rishikesh is ignoring me. What is the second thing that might go in his mind is that Rishikesh may be driving, or Rishikesh may be in a hospital catering to his best friend or to his grandmother. Why don't we think of the second point? We keep on thinking first point, he's ignoring me, blue tick ho gaya, but bola nahi, ignoring me, not picking my call, right? So rejections have to be taken positively, in a way like if somebody is even ignoring me, this means that I'm not adding value to his life. I was talking to one senior person on WhatsApp, and once upon a time he stopped ignoring my messages, he stopped texting me, and he was doing that. Then I thought, what is the message that I'm typing? Then I went to his LinkedIn profile. I read some 2 3 articles of his. I copied the link, pasted the article in his on his WhatsApp, wrote my insights. I told, sir, I read your article, and your article was so kind of great, and here are my 2 cents on that. He replied. So when do people ignore? Even if they're ignoring, they ignore you when you're not adding value to their life. So you have to think in that way, right? Even if somebody is ignoring me, don't take it on heart. Think that how can I add value to his life? Can I add value to his life? A lot of the deals which I've converted, a lot of the people I have helped them switch their jobs, right? Somebody was working in XYZ company, and because sales people, keep on talking to a lot of people, right? So we have got a lot of jobs repository in our head because these clients will keep on telling, hey Rishikesh, koi sales wala banda dila de yaar, koi product wala banda dila de yaar. So how can we add value to their life? That is one thing which is very important, guys. Rejections have to be handled properly, not in your heart, in your head, right? Nobody wants to make you feel bad, and even if somebody wants to make you feel bad, why are you feeling bad? Huh? You came here alone. After 9 months, you'll go alone, right? The displacement remains the same now. So don't take it on heart, take it on your mind, and think that how can we add value. So managing pipeline. Now follow-ups. Follow-ups is one thing which is very, very important in sales. But most of the times, how do people follow up? Sir, what is the update? Sir, when are you going to buy? This is like rubbish follow-up. No, follow-ups have to be. I follow one agenda for follow-ups is that if I'm following up with something, I have to give him some information. You know what, Somsekhar sir? As per this report, I think your company requires this software because this can help solve this challenges. By the way, sir, did you went through my deck? Some information and then follow. Adding value again and again. Keep on reminding yourself how am I going to add value to others' life. Follow-ups have to be relevant follow-ups. No like, what is the update, sir? When are you going to buy, sir? Buy, sir. Today my target date is there. This month, if I don't close your sales, no, sir, my boss will remove me from my job. Right? So relevant follow-ups means substantiate it with some information which is helpful to the clients, to the customer. Nobody wants to reply. If he had to buy, he would have texted you back, right? You don't have to follow up on some person, right? So follow-ups have to be very logical, very scientific. Objection handling we have covered. Now handover is one thing. So once you have closed the sales, once you have signed the contract, then a lot of times what I've seen is that sales people cut away. No, don't cut away, please. Why? Because you have converted that client. So I have sold something to Mahindra. So Mahindra is more connected to me. Even when I've sold, even my customer success manager is handling the account. When Mahindra will have a problem, he will call me. Why? Because he has trusted me to solve his problem. So keep on connecting with even with the customers who has transacted, who has given you the money. Why? Because a good salesperson is that salesperson who struggles for initial 3 months, but then in his entire career he keep on getting referrals. He doesn't have to do here and there thing. Bad salesperson, entire year he will keep on struggling. Why? If I have if I already have good connection with Ronit, I will keep on talking to him now. सर ट्रांजेक्शन हो गया सर 10,000 रुपए दे दिया बाहर में जाए. Not the way, right? This is not the way, right? You should always focus on ki 3 months I have to struggle, and from the fourth month, Ronit, Mahendra, Trupti, Ankit, all these people will start giving me referrals, will help me close sales, right guys? So this is one thing which is very very important. Now तो हाँ एक चीज जो लास्ट में I want to cover, I think yes, is that keep get into a habit of telling no, right? A lot of the sales guys will keep on telling yes. Again, going to the understanding product, what is the problem it is solving. While talking to the lead, the first step identifying is that whether I'm going to solve this problem or not. If you're not able to solve this problem, tell no na. इंडिया में स्पेसिफिकली लोगों को बहुत डर लगता है नो बोलने में. That is there with me also. I think Ronit, Mahendra, Trupti, all of you will actually kind of and that is there ingrained in us from the childhood कि यार ना मत बोलो यार, कर दो help. But no bolna is a good thing. At least the other person is clear कि he doesn't waste your time, and I am not wasting my time, right? So get into a habit of telling no, even in your friendship, even in your relationships, even in business, because no will actually, the person may mind in the beginning, but over a period of time your relationship will become very strong with that person once you start to learn how to tell no. So this was all about, I know, like कि मैंने थोड़ा, because I wanted to cover it from a very experiential background. I don't want to use MBA jargons and all these terms here. So these are the topics that I wanted to cover, and now it's open. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask.
Hey, thank you, Rishikesh. I think right from the start, when you shared the story of your teacher, uh, to not belittling your customers, and then finally habit of saying no, right? It's a great session, to be very honest, because a lot of anecdotes has helped us learn a lot of key things. Usually what happens is a lot of people share, okay, these are the 5 things that you do, but we don't remember them after the session, but these examples are something that stick with us. So thank you so much for that, Rishikesh.
Thanks.
Yeah, so we'll start off with the Q&A. People, if you can ask your questions, raise your hands and I'll unmute you. And post that, we'll wind up the session. So, I'm sorry. If you can raise your hand, any kind of question. Okay, we have a question in the chat, Rishikesh. So, Swapnil wanted to understand that he's now in Schneider Electric, but he's facing problem on how to find the level of customer, like, I mean, finding the right audience for Schneider.
Yes, right. So in this case, I think Swapnil, we are on, what is that called? It's called prospecting in jargons, right? Ki I'm not able to find out the right customers. So I think Swapnil, you have identified the problem that Schneider Electric is solving with its mostly, I would think, equipments and all that, because Schneider Electric is into capex equipments. So in order to find out the customers, you have to see your channels. Which channel are you using right now? So let's suppose somebody is using LinkedIn as a channel to identify those customers. Can I actually use other channels? Maybe going to conferences, going to workshops, going to meetups, relevant meetups, right? So don't get stuck on one particular channel, because many a times one channel doesn't work for for particular industries or something. Try identifying conferences. I think will actually work like wonders for you. Go to these equipment. There's a lot of trade shows which goes on, trade shows and all these things. It will actually help you connect to the right people and find out. Second thing what you can do is that also, Swapnil, is that if you have sold it to existing customers, go and have a tea with them. Don't tell that you are coming for selling something. Go have tea with them. Find out, inside the conversation only, tell them that find out that what all other customers can be there, because maybe be a part of their network. Many a times what they will do is that they will add you to a WhatsApp group, which is amongst them, right? If you develop that level of trust. So these things you should start doing, Swapnil, and don't get disheartened, because here it's a very easy problem to solve, right? It's not a difficult problem. Yes.
Yes. The next question would be from Prashant. Prashant, if you can just unmute yourself and ask the question.
Uh, Hi guys, my name is Prashant, and I just want to understand like what makes a good salesman.
So what
Is
makes
it?
a good salesman? I think there are three things. Again, as Ronis was telling, I don't want to get into frameworks and all, but there are three things. First thing is that a person who is able to understand what is my product and service, the problem that it's solving.
Mhm.
Second thing, question. What are the questions that I should ask my customers to find out whether I am solving a problem for them or not? And third thing, being empathetic. Empathetic means not pushing them to buy, but keep on helping them with the information to make them realize that this is how my product and service can solve your problem. और उसके बाद तो दो तीन their normal traits: follow ups, perseverance, right? Never quitting, rejection handling, not taking things on your heart, not getting depressed because somebody is not picking your call. It's okay. So these are the personality traits which a salesperson or any person, yeah, not only a salesperson, even an entrepreneur, even anybody should have, right? Rejections are part of life.
Thanks, Rishi.
And Prashant, I like that Tika.
Thanks,
Thank
Prashant.
you.
We have a question from Mahendra. Mahendra, if you can unmute yourself.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, Mahendra.
My question is, when we convert the leads into the proper sell, we convert that, we give them a proper product knowledge or any what product will help them to solve their problems. But after sell service, there is an issue.
Hmm.
What we can do?
Very nice question. Very nice question. So, Mahendra, in that case, I'm again telling, see, um, none of the customers actually, will believe in you if you tell that my product or service like immaculate. वो कभी फट नहीं सकता है, सब फटता है. But where the problem lies is that if there is some problem, the first thing that you should do is to have a communication with the customer and to be honest. You know what? This is what didn't go well, and this is what didn't go well, and now I'm taking these steps to make sure that it goes well. And the communication has to be pretty clear, right? So see, आप देखो, there's one example. Let's suppose I'm going to meet Ronit, and Ronit has told at 12 o'clock, Rishikesh, I'm going to meet in this cafe. And I went there at 12:05. Ronit will think that, hey, Rishikesh is not respecting my time. But if at 11:55 I would have told Ronit, ki, hey Ronit, I'm stuck in the traffic and I will be there by 12:10, then Ronit won't have thought like that. So whenever something like this is happening, it is our responsibility as salespeople that we should go have a talk with the customer and tell them the actual issue. भले कितना फटा वो, आप सही सही बताओ, honestly बताओ, honest बताओ कि sir, you know what, the code was not done well or the software has not performed well. सही से बताओ. And then also tell them what are the steps that we are taking to solve it. I am telling you, 99% of the times, people will allow you time to improve. People are very good. Interestingly, people are very good. But when we are dishonest, na, तो वहां पे क्या होता है, फिर people start developing trust issues and then they will tell, no, your company is not good and all those things.
Great. Thanks, Mahendra. Any follow-up question? You can unmute yourself as well.
Uh, in my last company, what happened? I was the same issue I was facing. I was discussed that issue with my seniors as well as my support team, but they were not providing any proper solution to that client.
That is
So
that is a common problem, Mahendra, which even I used to face, and a lot of people, a lot of salespeople face the same thing, that the customer service team doesn't provide the solution, and plus customer service team doesn't talk properly with the customers. They don't talk. In that case,
right,
still remember while I was in Routematic, exactly यही हुआ था. The software पूरा फट गया था, and customer was very angry. Customer service team was not replying to them properly. What I did is that I took them on a con call. And when I took them on a con call, I took the side of my customer. Remember one thing, salesperson has always to work for his customers. Although he's getting salary from the company, but he's working for his customers. To the side of my customer, I conducted a con call and I gave clear deliverables that, hey, customer service team, this is what you have to do. And I put it on mail with the customer in CC, with my boss also in CC, and with everybody in CC. And I told, if my customer is not happy in 3 days, I will resign. That is the obsession for making sure that my customer gets the right treatment. So ये होता है usually. So in that case, you what you should do is that get on a kind of a team call, talk to your boss, and put all the deliverables on the mail, right? Customer obsession is the key, guys. I'm telling you, like, one of the companies I left just because of that, because I was bringing in accounts and it was not getting serviced properly. Now, who will face the heat of it? Tell me. This guy trusted me, na? Mahendra trusted me, and that is why he implemented the software. Who will lose out the trust? I will lose out the trust. So for me, relationships are much more important than XYZ salary that I'm getting.
Got it. Okay, Prashant has a follow-up question. Prashant, if you can unmute yourself and ask the question.
So I have another question. We are having a services where we are into an edtech platform and with VR. So I just want to understand my end customers are like engineering students. So the main goal is to sell our services to provide services to them. So how can I pitch them properly? Because whenever I pitch them, they are understanding that the pricing is the issue, or like my parents are not accepting this, but it has a
What do you sell,
future.
Prashant? What do you sell to these engineering students?
So as of now, we are providing a 10 weeks of boot camp where we are teaching them the Unity.
Got it. So you are teaching them Unity, right? Which is, I
Yes,
think, a part of software development.
yes, yes,
Great. Okay.
yes.
So in that case, now, don't pitch.
Okay.
Try to find out organic ways, like, see, one of the things which Juno is doing here, right, is also one of the organic ways to make people aware that what is sales, why sales is good. See, Ronit inviting a lot of, great people on the platform and some mediocre people like me on the platform is also solving that purpose, right? Making people realize that why sales is important. You should try, finding out such ways.
Okay.
Don't pitch them directly. And the second thing is that the problem with freshers, Prashant, I will tell you, पैसा नहीं देते हैं यार ये लोग, इनके पास होता नहीं है ना पैसा.
Students.
हाँ, students, they don't have money. And even
Hmm.
if, see, that doesn't mean that they can't arrange money.
Hmm.
They can arrange money, but they will go to their father and tell that, I'm going to pay to Prashant, and then what they will do, they will go to Uti, have the holidays, use that money and come back. Father is thinking he has bought a course from Prashant, right? Get The second thing which is important is that visibility of placements.
Hmm.
Visibility of placement. How is my course going to help? Invite people who have done Unity and are working in good companies. Invite, kind of make them your brand ambassadors. Second thing, you can organize workshops inside colleges for free, telling them, how Unity is going to help you land in this kind of a jobs, right? So these all things have to be done. The third thing what you can do is that maybe onboard some 5 6 7 companies who hire in Unity, who need people, who are good at that.
We are doing that. As you said, like all the programs you are running, but
Yeah.
these are the rejections which I'm getting from the students. So I just want to understand how can I help them out?
Uh, See, you can also try to focus on some working professionals as well if you want to change your market, right? Maybe, who are looking out for. See, students ke saath this problem will be there. See, if see Prashant, it's not only you who is teaching Unity, right? There will
Yes.
be 10 different institutions, and most of the times when we start doing something, now the problem is that we only get the bottom of the funnel, right? Bottom of the funnel means, see, the good students will go to the branded ones. They will say that, why I should go to him. And always remember, price is never a problem. So some days, this thought will come to your mind that I should reduce my price, I should do this.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
never reduce your prices. Price is not a problem, trust is a problem. So
Okay.
trust, how can we build trust? Through different ways. Maybe, associating with people who are, who have done Unity and who are doing
Hmm.
good inside the industry. How can you build trust? So either I can build trust on myself, or I associate with somebody who is already trustworthy. That is why brands do advertisements, right?
Hmm.
Bringing in Amitabh Bachchan. Why? Because Amitabh Bachchan shows trust, right? Which a brand in itself could not do at that point of time, right? So trust ka issue hai, Prashant. So we have to solve for that. How
Okay.
can we solve for trust?
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you,
thanks.
Prashant. We'll take Gaurav's question. Gaurav, if you can unmute yourself.
Good afternoon, everyone. So actually, I am having one. I am from a sales background, and I am having one question. Like most of the time, when we are trying to close a deal, at that time, the customer finally asks for some add-on services also. Like the deal is being closed, finally the PO has to be released, and the customer is asking for the add-on services. कि आप ये भी इसमें include कर दो. अभी ऐसा रहता है कि most of the time if we reject that their request, they will cancel the PO or they will put the PO on hold. तो ये situation में कैसे handle कर, how to handle such.
वेरी वैलिड पॉइंट एक्चुअली, गौरव गौरव सर। और ये तो बचपन से ही है ना कि मतलब मम्मी को देखते रहे ना कि 1 किलो लिया ये सब्जी तो धनिया फ्री में मिलता था, तो वो माइंड सेट अभी भी इनग्रेव्ड है। और most of the times the competitor company who may be going to them, may be telling that these are the extra features that I'm giving you. Iska, one of the things in which I think can solve this problem is that don't open all your cards in the beginning, right? Like, let's suppose you have got 10 features, talk about 7 and tell that the remaining 3 are the premium ones, although they are not the premium ones. The remaining 3 are the premium ones. I can do it. And then slowly keep on kind of putting one feature for free. Okay sir, I will do one thing, the 8th feature I'm keeping it for free. So once we open all the cards, then we don't have anything to negotiate on, right? Because then they will tell add-on de do, ye bhi de do, wo bhi de do. But what we'll do is that out of 10 things, we will only show them 6 things. We'll show them 10 things, but we'll tell 6 things ka ye price hai, then there's an add-on. And then we'll keep on making it free over the steps. This mistake I've done a lot of times while I think, it's not a mistake actually, because India में consumer mindset ही वैसा है कि 5 रुपए में मेरे को 500 रुपए दे दो। तो उसके लिए तो फिर सूरत जाके वही डायमंड लाना पड़ेगा जो 20,000 रुपए में मिलता है डायमंड। और तो 2 लाख में तो वो वाला डायमंड आएगा नहीं फिर।
Trupti has a question. We'll take her question as well. Trupti, if you can just unmute yourself.
Yeah. Hello, Rishikesh, sir. Very insightful session, first of all.
Yes, thanks.
Yeah. So my question is, someone asked, like, you mentioned that price is not a problem, but trust is. So what we can do to so that customers start trusting us? What should be
Very
taken
nice.
account?
So I was about to tell that to Prashant as well. One of the things is that if you are a simple person like me, right, who may not be a public figure, right, who a lot of try to associate with people, right? Like if you talk about Juno School of Business, Juno School of Business as such was nothing now. Then they try to associate with people from the industry. A lot of people started coming in. People start trusting, right? Yes, these guys are doing something. People are associating with them. So one is that. Second thing, prove your performance. See, small successes, keep on telling them. Likewise, I placed this person last month. Take an interview of that person, a crude interview. ज्यादा देखो, original दिखाना है हमेशा। हमेशा मैं बोलता था when I was doing this real estate thing. So a lot of real estate, kind of agents will actually edit the photo on Canva, put a kind of flower here there, and then give it to the customer. I told एकदम crude picture भेजो यार, ये शादी के दुल्हन वाला फोटो नहीं चाहिए, ये सब लगा लिया एकदम, पोत लिया एकदम, अच्छा दिख रहा है, crude photo. So interview ले लो किसी का, okay, somebody whom you have placed, show them on Instagram, on Facebook, or on their personal video. You know what, sir? He did a course and he got placed in this company. Hear from him. Put testimonials. See, people, एक वो डायलॉग है ना, क्या बोलते हैं वो, people don't buy product, people don't buy something, people buy use cases. यूज केसेस खरीदते हैं, यूज केसेस से ट्रस्ट बनता है ना? तो वो आप टेस्टिमोनियल्स दो। तीसरा क्या है कि यू नो पहला हो गया एसोसिएशन टू बिल्ड ट्रस्ट, सेकंड इज द टेस्टिमोनियल्स, थर्ड थिंग इज दैट improve your channels of communication with these people. Channels of communication means what can I do for free which doesn't take a lot of effort from my end, obviously, What can I do for free, right? Or how can I engage them? You know, go to this Mercedes showroom. If you go and if you tell them decrease the price by 5 lakh, they will tell, go earn for 1 more year and then come back. This is your aspiration. This is not my aspiration. You go to Maruti, then what will sir? Okay, sir, 2 lakh come kar dete sir. Difference. You have to think that you have to create a product or service. You have to create a brand which pulls people. And once you start forcing them to buy something, it will never be created that way, right? They should realize. So once you start associating with the right people, students seeing you, once you start giving testimonials, then they will become mad at you. This is what happens with if you see I am Ahmedabad, if you see ISB Hyderabad, what is that? They are businesses, but the way they did business was pretty good. Why? See, ISB or I am Ahmedabad created a pool of 300 students who were the best people of the lot. They gave them good placements, but do you think that their revenue is coming from that? No. 80% of the revenue of IIM Ahmedabad comes from ancillary certification courses, which they sell it to anybody and anybody on the earth. That is the only way through which an edtech can run. Courses can be sold. Testimonials, good examples, associating with people. And once you do that, it will take time. Obviously, nothing builds in 6 months. Trust me. It's all a game of perseverance. If you keep on doing it for 1 or 2 years, then people will start coming to you. And when they start coming to you, then फिर भाव में बात करो. So again, questioning, if you have realized that something is solving their problem, why do you want to coerce? Give them information now. That's it. Or tell him, okay, I'm busy, like cut the call. Then see, he will call you back again. Nobody wants to be rejected, right? I hope it helps actually, because you see, when I'm talking to you now, I'm actually relating to something, some of the case studies in my mind, and this is how my mind actually functions. It
Right.
doesn't function like a typical MBA guy, to be very frank.
Yeah, yeah. It's all, sir. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Before we wind up today's session, anyone else who would like to ask a question? Okay. So on that note, we would like to conclude today's session. Thank you so much, Rishikesh, once again for taking out time. I mean, while I would like to also ask you a few more questions, but I know that we have already run out of our stipulated time. But on a closing note, would like to help people understand how they can, what kind of books or what kind of YouTube channels that they can follow on a daily basis so that they can create a passive learning environment for themselves, because sales is very dynamic,
Yes.
business world is very dynamic, every day is changing. So how they can also evolve with this change?
See, Ronit, very pertinent point. Reading is very important, guys, right? Reading, listening to podcast. One of the habits that I think is the best habit that I've created last 1 year is that while driving my car, I do listen to podcast instead of listening to Bollywood songs. So you start enjoying it, or initially you can do while going to office. I will listen to podcast. While coming from office, I will listen to Bollywood songs. Reading, listening to good people is very important. Now, talking about books, there are a lot of sales books available inside the market. If you talk about from personality development or creating positivity, I think Power of Subconscious Mind is something which I've always followed. I've read it again and again, because that actually helps me imagine the best self of mine. And see, what you think, the same thing manifest in your life. Trust me, if I'm thinking good about Mahindra will always be good to me. If I'm thinking good about Ronit, he will always be good about me. When some sales deal is not going good now, close your eyes and think good about the customer. You see, within 2 days, the customer will become good with you. It may sound like spiritual or something like this, but this actually happens. What we are is basically a manifestation of our thoughts. What we have thought, the same thing has happened in our life, right? So think good about. So Power of Subconscious Mind is one thing. Then there are a lot of sales book. What I will do is that once this LinkedIn live goes over, so in the comment section I will also post a list of some 5 6 7 books which you guys can actually read. But once you read, keep on relating. Okay, reading, sales people have to be good teachers. Remember, teaching, like teaching means what? Like what you are reading, you should be able to relate so that you can explain it to others, right? So I will put in a list of, keep on reading news, guys. That's very important. You can follow Ken, you can follow Economic Times, you can follow all these news, and any news which you want to read, but keep on reading about the industry, reading about new things which are happening. A lot of the sales folks I have seen is that they tell that tech is not my cup of tea. अरे cup of tea होने का जरूरत नहीं है यार, जानना जरूरी है उसको. AI ML is going on, machine learning is going on. At least don't become a ML engineer, but at least understand what is machine learning. How does machine learning functions? So that if I have to talk to some guy, I should be good at it. मतलब I should at least know something. If you go to a client and the first line you tell is that, you know what, sir, I was reading this news article and this is what it was talking about your industry. The first line which you told, na, even if you're not an expert, the client will start thinking you as an expert. And that is exactly the perception that I want to give to my client, that I'm an expert in solving your problem. Right? Once that perception, so for that, reading is very important. Different sources, news, articles. While you're going for a meeting with a client, in the cab or in the bike, wherever you go going, read some 2, 3 news articles about that industry. Make it a habit, guys. Very disciplined. I'm again telling, sales is the best profession in the world. I know in India, a lot of respect has not been given. Product and tech guys sit on a separate floor, sales guys sit on a separate floor. I'm against that, right? Whatever product that you build, whatever tech that you build, if you don't have people to take that product to the market and to help customers solve their problems, no company will survive. You see all those startups who are doing good, they have one of the co-founders or one of the starting founding members who are good salespeople, right? So it's a skill which is very important. So keep on reading books, keep on interacting. Reading se bhi zyada important hai, keep on interacting. Like Ronit reached out to me, we had a talk, I understood about him, he understood about me. LinkedIn पे कनेक्ट करो लोगों को. इवन इफ यू सेंड मैसेजेस टू 10 people, 8 are not replying, दो तो मिले ना यार बात करने के लिए. Why are you taking rejections on heart? Keep on talking, talk to them about, are what are you doing in your industry, what is something. So reading, listening, following news and talking to new people on a daily level will keep you young, will keep you a great salesperson.
Great. On that note, thank you so much once again, Rishikesh, for giving us your time over the weekend. And for everyone who has joined us here on the Zoom call, people who are watching us live, once again, we'll be back next Saturday again at 12 p.m. because learning won't stop. As I told in the very beginning, Juno stands for sales. And if you want to learn sales, we'll be there for you. We are there to create an environment for you where you can create your learning environment. You can learn on a daily basis. I understand learning is difficult, as Rishikesh was telling, right, that while on the go, listen to the news, listen to the podcast. Sometimes a lot of things like these takes a backseat. But I can assure you that Juno will be there on a daily basis, showing up every day to help you learn something new about sales on a daily basis. So please do subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please do follow us on LinkedIn. Share it with your colleagues, your friends. And as I mentioned, I'll be back once again with another sales leader next week, next Saturday, 12 p.m. Happy learning, everyone. This is Ronit from Juno School of Business signing off. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Rishikesh. Thank you so